What is up, you guys? This is Vefy. I am back and I am here to teach you guys how to run the Gnasher on GoW UE. This is a day 1 tutorial and we're going to be covering things from GoW 3, 2, and 1 and seeing what actively still works and doesn't in terms of mechanics. Before we jump into this though, I did want to mention 3 things. 1, I'm going to be starting a top 5 Gnasher outplays, so if you guys get some savage, just complete destruction of another person in a 1v1, you push them, you strafe them, they don't know where they are, you do just something savage to them, send it to me in a message with the YouTube link to it. 2, I want you guys to know that you can add me on Xbox One. I've been told you have a bigger friends list. I don't know how big it goes, so I'll be adding people until it's capped. 3, I'm also going to be going hard on competitive and debating on making a team from scratch or actually using my old tryhard teammates. Feel free to message me about it if that's something you'd be interested in. Now on to the tutorial. So now one of the biggest fundamentals that stayed the same in all Gears of Wars is right-hand advantage. What right-hand advantage is essentially is whenever you're on the right side and you hard aim, your body stays out of your vision in terms of seeing the person on cover. You'll notice my body stays out of vision and I can see this guy. Now when we move over to left hand, however, you'll notice that my body, like right now it's fine, but when I actually try to round the corner, my body is blocking some of my view in terms of seeing. So you have an advantage when you press from the right hand side at all times. So here's a clip of me demonstrating that. We both trade shots right here and I get to shoot a second shot while he has to pull off the wall to get better vision of me because I had right hand. I already had vision and his body was obstructing his view of me. Now don't get me wrong, you can win on left side, you just typically have to do it in the first shot. If you don't, you'll find yourself in a position to where you're at a disadvantage. Always attack from the right hand side. Now with that being said, let's move on to the pop shot, one of the most effective things in GoW UE right now. Essentially, when you turn your screen in left trigger, it's going to always be slow. So the concept is that you're slinging your shot. You're going to take your blind fire and use it to thrust your left trigger onto the person. So you'll notice I turn faster in blind fire than I do when I'm hard aiming. So you're going to throw your left trigger, so if you're looking in a direction that's not towards them, especially, this is a great way to get your shots onto them and it still counts as a hard aim. You're going to sling your thumbsticks at them and make sure that your left trigger activates after you've turned your body in the vicinity of them. And you repeat the process until you down them. Hard aims do fuck tons of damage on this game as opposed to other games. So now we're going to take a look at an actual clip from me playing in a TDM or whatever. I'm going to run up on this person here and I'm going to apply that pop shotting method right now. My aim was off, but if you notice, the moment I connected, I instantly took that guy out. But it doesn't stop there. I keep moving forward and I'm going to apply that same technique, which I feel like is very strong, like almost GoW 2 strong, in terms of being able to one-shot someone or do lots of damage. And here it is again. After a slap shot, I do it one last time and get a headshot for it. It's a very, very potent way to take people out, and you guys have to understand it is absolutely one of the strongest, if not the strongest, methods of killing people. Blind firing doesn't do near the damage that a hard aim does, so when you combine the two together, you have a devastating combo. So now we're going to move on to what's called up A. It's essentially up-Aing people. It's a hard thing to explain, but the actual name of it is what you're doing. You're going to hit up and A at the same time and then right trigger shortly after to trigger essentially you coming out of cover and immediately firing into somebody's body. It's a very, 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 very effective way to take people out whenever they're sitting right in front of your cover or moving towards you right in front of your cover. It's basically a strong counteraction to people pushing you, but you can also use it to push as well. It's just incredibly strong, like a tackle almost. Now it is very important to note that whenever you're on the left side and you try it, it's delayed in comparison to how fast you can do it on your right side. Don't know why that is. Here's an actual clip of me applying this in game. Whenever I'm moving up to my right side, I start to get into a fight with the person and I get clipped from the side, and so I realize right here, this is where I'm going to use it. I up A, right trigger, instantly down that guy. And as you can see, it's a good counteraction. Now remember, every single thing you can do on this game will be enhanced if you use actives while doing it. So now on to the next thing, trucking. This is actually a very effective way to dispatch of people that are right in front of you if you put yourself in front of them. And essentially it's roadie running straight into them, and then right when you come out of it, pressing the right trigger. You can either hold the right trigger for when you let go of A, or you can press it if you have the timing down. But if you do it right, you'll essentially breeze right through them. And a lot of people panic when they see someone with their head ducked roadie running straight into them, unloading that kind of damage. So this is a situation where I'm going to use that and a technique that I'm going to teach you guys right after this called Snapshotting. So I'm moving forward right now, I'm holding A, and I just immediately obliterate the guy. You see how I ran through him, followed by snapshotting the next guy. It's a very offensive move, so make sure to time it around when people are reloading or jamming reloads. So now on to the last thing, snapshotting, and this is pretty important. You're essentially, if I was to sum this up, basically, it's wall bouncing into a wall, pulling off and shooting. It creates a juke, if you will, that allows you also to get a free snapshot off on the other person while juking their shot. So essentially that's what it'll look like, and I'll break it down a little bit slower. You'll hit the wall, you'll turn, then you'll shoot, like that. And it's a pretty successful formula in GoW UE, I've noticed, and it's something that works well, for me at least. I'll show you guys an example of a clip now. So me and my friend Isolates are in this 2v2, we're taking a lot of damage, and I put myself in a position to where speed is the only way I'm going to be able to survive. So I get on the wall, I hit it, boom, right there, snapshotted. He didn't even have time to react. Super potent, effective way to take people out as well. Definitely an offensive move. And there are a couple of side things I want to mention that are very important overall to just playing well with the Gnasher. If you'll notice in this situation, I take a lot of damage, but I don't panic. I line my shot up, and I get my down. Not panicking is crucial. Making sure you don't panic fire is a great way to make sure you don't die. Always stay calm and assess the situation, no matter what's going on. And as far as the time that I've spent within this day on GoW UE, it definitely seems that hard aims are no joke this time around. Do not underestimate the damage of your hard aim. You can do amazing things with your left trigger, so make sure that you're using it adequately. These are just examples of me showing that your hard aim can obliterate people. And that's about it. I really hope you guys enjoyed the quality of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the new mic that I got, the Elgato, all of this stuff that I've added. And otherwise that, if you guys enjoyed, you know what the drill is. Leave a like, a comment. You got any questions, feel free to ask me. You guys have a fantastic day.